What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 17 of Uncalled 4. Once again, Tim is dead.
Tim is dead. Rip Tim.
I would ask for a moment of silence, but at this point...
This is just common.
This is usual.
He's died like 8 times. We're on episode 17, and I think he's died 8 of them.
He's the Kenny of this show.
That's true.
He basically is.
That is true.
Point. I don't think it was even possible for one person to die so often, but Tim has proved us wrong. So, knowing what the topics are this week...
They're fantastic.
They're wonderful.
They're great.
I feel like we should go with mine first.
I think we should wait.
I think we should wait on yours.
No, we're going to do mine first so I can just tone out the rest of the show.
No. You got to contribute,
You have to be contributing.
I thought this was Uncalled 4.
And not Uncalled 3.
Yeah,
Come on.
Jordan.
Well,
what are
then
you doing?
don't pick topics that would make me a 3.5.
Well, then
don't
just
be a
get
hater.
Cultured. Just get cultured.
Don't be a hater.
So anyways, guys, every single week we get together and we just talk about whatever we decide to talk about. There's not really any rules to what it can be.
I sat through Pancake Texas for you.
It's true.
Episode 11, part 1.
Why do people hate on Crab, Jordan? Why? That was a good one.
I'm actually like kind of mad that she came up with that as a comeback.
Good job, PK.
And now all she's going to do is tweet at me, episode 11, part 1. Anytime I disagree with something.
You did that to yourself.
I really
Respect.
did. I set myself up for failure.
Hey, I talk about all the stuff I disagree with. Still talk about it.
That's true. But speaking of failures, I think I will go first this week.
Okay.
So there's been some pretty heavy rumors coming out the last couple days, and I don't know if you guys have paid much attention to it. I just saw it actually this morning. It was like I heard it as as a passing comment like a few days ago, but I really didn't read into it at all until today. But Nintendo apparently, and this is all rumors and speculation, so none of this could be true, but the leakers that have leaked this information are fairly reliable.
Okay.
Later this month,
Leakers
are going to release a Game Boy Online. Like, they have the Super Nintendo emulator on the Switch, and they have the NES on the Switch and all that. They're apparently going to release a Game Boy one. Later this month is what the rumors are. Now, that hasn't been confirmed, obviously, and the rumors haven't clarified from what I've seen if it's just OG Game Boy or if it's OG Game Boy with Game Boy Color and Advance, like if it's the whole Game Boy lineup or if it's just the OG Game Boy. I haven't heard a thing yet about that. So, my question for you guys is what games do you think they're going to have? And what games do you want them to have?
It's a very sad dog outside.
That's what I was hearing as well.
Sad.
My heart's starting to break for him.
Oh, now he's coming through the door.
So that's my question for you guys, because I really want, and I know this is obvious, I want Pokemon. And I feel like all of us here, that's going to be our number one go-to, is I want Pokemon.
Yeah.
Now, would you want, if they only do like the OG, I guess that would include red, blue, and yellow.
I think from what I've seen, I've looked a little bit more into this. It's going to be Game Boy and Game Boy Color.
Okay.
No advance?
No advance.
No advance.
So Game Boy Color games.
That's too advanced for them.
So...
But they also said that in the same leak or whatever, they talk about other systems coming. They don't specify other ones, but they say it's probably like N64, eventually GameCube.
See,
we'll
that
probably
would be...
expect that in the future, but I think, yeah...
That'd be awesome.
I'm assuming we get a direct here in the next few weeks. Usually get one in September. And there's heavily rumored one in the next couple weeks. And I bet they'll probably drop that. The Game Boy and Game Boy Color one then.
So it's going to be like a, hey, by the way, at the end of this, you'll be able to download it and start playing?
I definitely think it's going to be a shadow drop.
Okay.
They need that right now. I don't think...
they need something. They're really kind of lacking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Because I really want to see... I obviously would love to see like Silver and Gold and Crystal. I think those are.
Yep.
Those.
I love Gen 2.
That's what I want to play the most, actually.
I'm really debating like what I feel like is going to happen there, because I really don't see them actually putting the Pokemon games on there.
You don't think so?
Not really, because I don't know. The Game Freak's really picky about when they remake, or like not remake, but re-release their games. They've only done it once before, and that was on the 3DS. And that took till the 3DS's like last year and a half to actually get those out. and as much as I want them, I definitely don't know if we'll get them. Because I know Nintendo, and I know that even though Pokemon's probably the biggest Game Boy games, like hands down.
Ever.
I was gonna say that would be the biggest one. Like if you want people to play this, you would put Pokemon on there.
Yep.
And especially if they have the capability of transferring to Pokemon Home.
Yeah.
Which I can't imagine that they wouldn't.
Yeah.
You know, like they would almost have to, right?
Yeah. I think because that's what they did with the 3DS ones. You can go to the bank system on that. I know Nintendo with this online service so far, they're missing out on a lot of key games in the NES department and the NES department has most of them, but the SNES department they're missing out on a few good ones. Key ones like Earthbound, Super Mario RPG. They've yet to put any of those ones on there. So I don't know. It's definitely more up to Game Freak, I think, and I don't know if Game Freak is going to do that just because of how...
Would it be up to Game Freak, though, if Nintendo technically owns the rights, even though they're the developer? Nintendo's still the publisher, right? So they could... Theoretically, they could get a
They
third...
have to come to an agreement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
They have
Okay.
to come to an agreement.
Okay, because I guess I don't know how that would
Because
work.
technically, Game Freak has the rights
Yes.
because they created it.
Yeah.
However,
They've just licensed it to Nintendo to
But
publish.
was it a lifetime?
I doubt
license,
it.
do you think?
Highly doubt it.
Well, here's the thing. Every time you change consoles, it requires a new license for every platform change.
So they'd have to come up with a new one then. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because they may have it for the old Game Boys, yes, and then they may have gotten it again for the DS, but they need to get a new one then for the Switch.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't know, man. I'm sitting here thinking I would love to be able to play through, I was gonna
Gen
say
2.
I was gonna say Heart.
I want Gen
I was
2.
gonna say Heart Gold and Soul Silver, but just Gold and Silver.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No,
And then Crystal version as well. And what I want to do is more specifically, I'm thinking from a streaming point of view, is I want to be able to stream those games, and then I want to be able to take the Pokemon that we get in those and transfer them up through home to the new ones. So we can be like, hey guys, yeah, remember we played Silver, 2 months ago? Well, look, now we have our starter from that game is now here. Like,
For Alligator.
well, I mean, obviously that's
Well,
gonna be
clearly.
it. Is there even another option in that game? Like, let's be real.
Typhlosion's not bad,
Yeah.
He's not bad, but
but
he's
for
not.
Alligator is by far the best.
Oh yeah,
By
I
far.
agree.
he's
I agree
definitely
with
the
that
best one out of all of them.
I mean, no one's going Chikorita away. Okay, let's just say that.
He's the one that you get just to fill the Pokemon, the Pokédex. Like if you only get it because you want the Pokédex entry. That's the only. That's the only reason.
Agreed. But no, there are other games I would like to see on there, even beyond that. Like
There's a
Yeah.
couple
The
Zelda
games.
games, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like-
Oracle games.
the Oracles. I
Yes.
would also love to see them do an old re-release of the Link's Awakening,
Yeah.
just because
Yep.
it's still enjoyable to play it even back
Do you
then.
think
Yeah.
that they would do the Link's Awakening though, because they do have Link's Awakening out for the Switch now?
Well, it's a different play style. It's like slightly
Yeah.
different.
That's top
It's
down,
just-
isn't it? Right.
yeah.
Yeah, I
It's,
think they would.
old
Well,
school.
I think they would.
Pixelated.
I could see. Yeah.
My bad. But there's some older Final Fantasy games too, like Legends and Tactics and stuff that were on Game Boy early on that they could
Yeah.
probably do if they wanted to. I don't know what they have for like SNES. Do they have any Final Fantasy out there? Like 3 at least, or
No,
They
I don't
really
think
they don't
don't.
have anything. Really,
They really
that's
don't.
kind
We
of
can-
surprising.
we can grab my Switch and look.
The
if you wanted
classics
to do
have the NES Classic has the first one, and then the SNES has 3.
You would think like 1, 2,
Or
and
not
3 would be
not
on
3,
there.
6. My bad. That's good.
Because I was
F6.
pretty sure I'd seen 6.
Yeah, I'm at 6.
I think they were planning to add 5.
Yeah. But I don't
It's
think
5
they've
with
had
Terra?
any on
No, that's 6.
That's 6. Gotcha.
the Switch yet.
So 6 is a classic one that people like a lot. So that doesn't
Yeah.
surprise me that it's on
It's
there.
one of my favorites. So
So how many of them were on Game Boy? Because you're talking
Got the
early
tactics.
ones.
early ones.
I think not even in the beginning, but later on they put. So I don't know if they'd be on like original Game Boy. Like 1 and 2 were. They were on. I know the DS's. I'm pretty sure they were. But there was Final Fantasy Legends, which is something else.
Yeah.
I think there was some tactics games that were on Game Boy though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
But
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
And they
not,
had
not
the-
for positive on that.
Then
though.
they had like the Secret of Mana game, right? The first one in the series. 'Cause
I think
that's
so. Yeah.
Technically, Final Fantasy.
That
That's
one.
Final Fantasy
That's a
something.
super expensive game. I think right now.
Yeah.
It is.
The cartridge
Yeah.
is very expensive.
That doesn't surprise me. Though. Like, there's a lot of people that.
That one I don't know if they'll add because I know they just re-released it with like the Secret of Mana collection,
Mm-hmm.
and so I don't know. But
Oh, did
Some another
Yeah.
series that was on the old Game Boy, you had Fire Emblem.
That's true.
Yes.
Old ones of that.
Yes.
So I remember playing those way back when.
Mm-hmm.
Those could be a very possible thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of other Game Boy games. Oh, the Mario Land games. Those would be good.
There's some Mario games that were out there.
I love Super Mario Land 2. That's fun.
I believe there were also some of the WarioWare games too.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool to have out. Now, is there a WarioWare game on
There
the?
is one coming
There- yeah,
out.
It'll be
before
There
too
is.
long.
Okay.
What day is it today?
But
I think it comes
it's
out
going to be
Friday.
different games and
Yeah, it
like
comes out
its
Friday.
own system. So
Yeah.
Okay.
it's one that's being made new. So we're talking about playing the older ones. So
Yeah,
Got you.
It comes out this Friday.
Yeah, because there's obviously a lot that with the OG Game Boy, I guess I'm not entirely sure on. But I do know the Pokemon games are the ones obviously I want the most, and I know you guys do as well. So it's definitely
those
one
and
of
the
those things.
Zelda. So
Yeah. I think it'd
Honestly-
be really smart for Game Freak 2 to be like, oh, we're about to
I
have
mean,
two incredibly
right.
popular games come out in the next few months. Here's these other games from the past that you guys can walk through again and just revisit these regions.
Yeah, I agree. There's a couple mindsets though. There's like two, I think. There's that you just said, or there's like, we have one that's coming out right soon. I don't want to put anything out there right now. I want them to be still stoked because they are about these, platinum and is Diamond Pearl or is it platinum?
It's Diamond Pearl.
Diamond Pearl?
and,
Yeah.
Legends Arceus.
But at
Gotcha.
the same time, they're still making money off of them when
They
people
are.
do play
They
them
are.
on there. Because you realize the way that the system is going to work is we have to pay a subscription to get that service. So
Yeah.
Yes.
in the games that actually get played, they get percentages of that subscription.
Yeah.
So-
Honestly, I could see them doing this actually with the Pokemon games. I know they said that home support is coming to Legends Arceus like a month or so after for both Diamond Pearl and Legends Arceus.
Okay.
So I wonder if then that's when they'll be like, okay, the Game Boy stuff's out. We have a few Game Boy games out there. Here's the Pokemon games. That way, the games have been out. People have bought them. They played them, and then now they can go back through the original.
So you
Two
think they're
gens.
gonna wait then?
I think they'd wait
They'll
on the
spread it
Pokemon
out a
games.
bit.
I mean, that would make sense, but at the same
'Cause I think-
time,
Get the most bang for their buck.
I think that's what they did with the 3DS too. They waited till Sun and Moon came out, and then put like the home compatibility with it, and then they released the three, the three original, and then later on Gold, Crystal, and Silver.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, those are the ones I'm obviously gonna be looking forward to the most. And if they're not gonna do Game Boy Advance, which right now,
It probably will eventually, but not right now.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I want Emerald, dude. I want a remake of Emerald so bad.
I would like to play through Emerald. I never got to finish the whole thing, so
It's such a
But
good game, and
I just-
it's one of those I would almost say that is.
you're gonna call it your favorite?
No, my favorite's Soul Silver, but I think
Gold.
Emerald would be.
Gold or
Gold.
Crystal. One of the two is mine.
See, I think it would have to go just for pure nostalgia and pure the amount of fun that I have with it. It would have to go. One would be Soul Silver, and then two I would say is Emerald is my favorite, and then three would be Yellow. So I mean, obviously, with Heart Gold and Soul Silver being remakes of Gold and Silver, being able to play my favorite game, lacking some features. Obviously, they're not all going to be. It's not like a true remake to Soul Silver because that's not what they're doing. They're making.
It would
They'd
be,
be
it'd
porting
be just
the,
silver and gold.
yeah, they'd be porting Silver and Gold. So, but even then, being able to play those on the Switch, I think would be so cool.
Yeah.
And being able to stream those properly, and not be able to be like, all right, well now the Pokemon we got are stuck. Because without a Game Boy player, there's no way to do it.
Well, you can't even transfer the original ones up anyway.
That's
unless
true,
you play
yeah.
the 3DS versions of them.
That's true. Yeah, that's a fair point.
But see, that's another thing too. A big reason they did the 3DS releases was because those games you couldn't play and transfer up. So now that they're out on 3DS, I'm wondering if they'll even be like, oh, nope, they're on 3DS. We'll just keep them on 3DS. Because, when it comes to the Game Boy Advance games, I highly doubt we'll get Gen 3 when that comes around, if it doesn't come around eventually to the online, because every virtual console that they've had has had GBA games on it, and they've all been missing the Pokemon games.
So I wonder if now is the time to start.
I don't know. I think it's a smart move in my opinion, but I know that they, like I said, they're very stingy about re-releasing their games.
Nintendo's never necessarily been smart. Usually
Well,
when
they're actually very smart.
When it
They're
comes-
very
Certain
clever
aspects.
about
when it comes to Nintendo, though, I would say if there's ever like if I ever had to rely on them on making the right move, I would say most times they don't, or the one that makes sense.
It depends on how you're thinking.
Yeah.
Because you know I'm super critical of Nintendo.
Yeah.
But like they do things in the way they do things, it's definitely for reasons that are legitimate, you know.
Yep.
Whether that's what we want as fans is something entirely differently. If it's just the culture of the game and the culture of the company that they do, you know, I can respect that. So like they definitely, like you said, they're kind of stingy with when they release stuff, especially like their old games and stuff. They milk things for the right amount of time to get what they want out of it.
Yep. Exactly.
Like they do that for reasons, and it's smart. It is. It kind of sucks for us, but for them, that's how you do it. You know.
See, I'm looking at it too. I guess more from a like a content creation side of things.
Sure.
With all the DMCA strikes they were filing on Twitch streamers and YouTubers that were going back, and you know.
That's the culture of the day now for everything.
It's ridiculous though. Like if I was to play a Mario game, you know, that they were actively going out of their way to file these copyright strikes against YouTubers and Twitch streamers that were playing their games, which I think is just free publicity. You know, I
understand that side of things.
I just
do
I
they
don't
need it though with Mario?
They don't need it.
Crap.
They don't need it, but I just don't understand the mindset of, hey, you know what? Let's try to screw these guys'
I think
careers
it's
over.
more of a, I don't know, just the Asian side of culture. It's more of an honor thing. This is their work, their pride. You know, that you put endless hours and effort into creating, and that's seen as whether or not it is actually or what we view it as to them. I think that's a lot of you're taking what I created for granted without giving me my just due kind of stuff. Even if that's not what's intended.
I don't know. I think it's a weird mindset, but that's not the topic though either. We can talk about that a different day. So I guess I most want to see, you know, there's a few Donkey Kong games, the Zelda ones I never got to play, you know, because the only Zelda game I've really ever played was Breath of the Wild and then Link's Awakening. I've yet to play any other Zelda.
You need to play Link to the Past, man.
I know.
Link to the Past.
I know
It's
I
on
do.
there
And
already.
Yeah,
and that's going to be one.
I think that should be the next game that you play for retro.
The retro nights. That's definitely going to be one of them.
I would watch those playthroughs, to be honest.
Those are the playthroughs I would come and help you through. That was my very first video game right there.
I know, and I think it'd be so much fun to have you come over and like, you know.
We just give you crap the whole time when you're playing.
Oh, he would too. I know he would.
How dare you do that? What are you doing? You're in the
How
wrong
did you get hit
direction.
by that? How could you get hit by that?
I would be silent and just smile and smirk and enjoy while you fumble through some of those stupid dungeons.
Yeah.
Stupid? What do you mean stupid? Like stupid hard or just
Annoyingly hard sometimes.
Yes.
I've heard
Like,
that the water dungeons.
The
Impossible.
water's kind of stupid. Once you get it, it's not hard, but first time through, Total
Okay.
Rock is not fun.
Oh, especially if you don't go in prepared.
Yeah.
Like
when you're missing a couple items,
yeah.
and you're like, how do I do this? Oh, there's this
or even
obscure
if you
thing
have
that I
those
need.
two items, but you don't have something to help you to use those items.
Yeah.
Right.
I got in there once, trapped in that boss room, had to use the magic mirror to get the frick out of there.
Did you run out of all the mana and stuff?
Yep.
Lots of fun.
And this is
We've
like
been there. We're
one of my
waiting for you
first
to be
ones.
there.
I forgot to get that double magic power, so it halves the cost of magic, etc.
It's the good stuff.
Oh yeah. We learned a lot that first playthrough.
But
You can already play those games, Jordan.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can.
Was
You're
there
right.
any? I don't know. Was there any Metroid games back there on
Yes,
Game Boy?
the second one.
Second one?
Yes,
Think that would show up?
I think so.
That's a pretty
Especially
hot,
if Dread
hot,
does
you
well.
know, IP. So
Like, yeah, Dread is getting really hyped right now, so I definitely could see them being like, "Yep, there's Metroid 2."
that'd be cool. That'd be something. I've never like played through Metroid games, so
I
something I'd
will
like to
say
do.
though, if you have a DS or have the means of getting a DS or 3DS, I would play the remake of it. The 3DS remake.
Yeah, I probably would anyway. But
Yeah, so good. I love that game.
Yeah, there's a lot for the retro Friday nights that we got to do, for sure. Logan, do you want to do me a favor and just tap on our faces on the camera, because I've noticed it's jumping in and out of focus.
Yeah.
So we don't have Tim here for me to tell to do that. So
It doesn't actually look like it's jumping at all.
Okay, bud. So if you can
I
just
mean,
like
it looks pretty
make
stable
sure
to
the
me.
boxes are on our face, you know.
There they are.
They are okay, perfect.
how do you see my face if there's a box on it though?
That's true.
I just wanted to make sure the camera would be focused on us.
What's in the box?
Thank you, Logan. So that's really all I wanted to get out of you guys here. We've been on
Sure.
this for 20 minutes now, so
That's fun. It's good talk.
It's good
It's
stuff.
good talk.
I guess
Now it gets better.
At this point,
Now
I
it
don't
gets
care
better.
who goes because I know the three of your topics are ones that.
You can talk about mine.
Okay, I can.
Do you want
I
me to go
can.
first since you
Yes,
can talk about
I
it?
want
Or
you
do you
to
want
go.
us to break it up for you?
I want Dan to go because I know that he has a topic I can actually be part of.
You can.
Okay.
All right, Dan, hit us with it.
All right, my topic is it's still I'm going to be talking from the point of view from anime, but
Yes, I
I'm
know
gonna
you
go through
are.
everything.
But this
It
will
is,
I can video game and other stuff into this.
2D
yes.
traditional animation versus your 3D CGI animation, which it's anime's typically has always been traditional animation, which is your hand drawn,
Yep.
you know, frame by frame, going through it like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's now moved a lot of it into the 3D CGI animation, or a blend of the two, which is a lot of shows. A lot of stuff you probably don't even know is blended between both styles.
Yeah.
2.5D.
No, we're not gonna say that. But just your thoughts on what you prefer, bad instances you've seen of either, or just how you feel that's going in the industry today, I guess.
I'm definitely a 2D
Yeah.
traditional animation. I think there's some shows that do it really well, like the 3D new stuff. One that comes to mind is Demon Slayer,
very
because they
good.
mix them very well, and it's very, very seamless in the way they do the fight scenes and stuff when they do add the 3D stuff in it. But overall, a lot of the stuff I've seen is pretty crap.
Yeah.
This one's way older and probably shouldn't count, especially nowadays, but I look at the show Beast Wars, Transformers Beast Wars, and that show I can't watch it. Like, I literally, and like as a kid too, I noticed how bad it looked. I'm like, how do you watch this? Like,
Is this one of those things I'm gonna have to look up and just see?
it's
Maybe, if you
very,
want to, like-
very.
I remember watching that
plot-
way back in the day as
Like
well.
a lot of
so-
It's
sorry,
so-
Wesley, cut you off a little
so-
bit there.
No, go ahead.
But like just trying to give more for Jordan, I guess. A lot of the cartoons of probably back then,
Yes.
probably older cartoons for you younger guys, but for us it would have been on the hilt of us stop watching cartoons, the newer
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of them started trying to use the CG animation, and it didn't work.
No.
If you guys remember at all.
Yeah.
But like that's just one that comes to mind that's like just abysmal. Like I've heard the show's really good and the story's pretty good,
Oh
but
my
I can't get past
gosh.
the art style. It's It just doesn't look good.
This looks horrible.
Exactly.
You want to watch
you
it
are
now,
correct.
don't you?
I'm not gonna watch it. This is absolute crap.
Yeah, like even as a kid, I noticed that.
For those of you guys that are watching, if you go to YouTube and you just type in Beast Wars Transformers Season 1 Episode 1, there is a video I have up on my phone here. And it actually looks horrible.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
at the 7-minute mark, and there's a dinosaur that I'm pretty sure that you could get a 7th grade rendering class or like digital art class to do significantly better.
Yeah.
This is
Nowadays.
Well, nowadays,
nowadays.
yes. Do be aware, this was
That
from
was
the 90s.
that was the 90s.
awful. Well, no, I get it, but I'm just saying like this is actually one of the worst animations I've ever seen. So I understand what you're saying now. That's
Yeah. So, but
that makes the Nintendo 64 look great.
I've seen some questionable N64 games, but
yeah.
I would agree that it's definitely not good. Personally, I'm also in the 2D boat myself. I prefer it. I have seen some decent CGI anime. One of them I'm not going to say I like the animation itself, but I've gotten acclimated to it and
Sure.
can watch it now is Kingdom. If you've
Okay.
seen that one.
I haven't watched a whole lot of Kingdom. I
I
know you
enjoy
like Kingdom
the-
a lot.
Yeah.
I never got into it though.
I enjoy the story. It took me a long time to accept the animation style.
Yeah.
Like it was into the end of the first season when I finally got so acclimated to it, I could deal with it. But the story was good enough; it kept me going. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I don't know.
I don't know what this show is, so
That's all right.
It's all right.
I think-
that's fine. Just
It's really like I'm fine of them using 3D animation.
Mm-hmm.
It's because it's much faster.
Yeah.
It's more readily available.
Yes.
It's newer. There's more people that can do it.
Yeah.
The traditional animation it's a dying kind of thing almost.
Yeah.
Nowadays. There's the hardcore like the masters, in Japan still that do that. And some of the animation studios really, I mean, they always do it. It's all 2D. Most of them are still all 2D.
Yeah. Yep.
But it's kind of has to, evolve with the times a little bit, and that's what some of them are doing. That's why they're blending it,
Yeah.
and that's fine. Like I think that makes for a better show when you blend it, but it has to be seamless.
Yeah.
Like lots
See,
of the stuff. Yeah, go ahead, Jordan.
I really, really like the look of the 2D, like the traditional stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
So that's like old school Pokemon, right?
old school Pokemon, and just every other cartoon I grew up watching.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's
that's-
like I'm wearing a Space Jam shirt. It's like Bugs Bunny and all those shows. Like
It has character.
Exactly. Yeah.
That kind of goes to my point too. Is like, I was gonna say like how I feel like you can be more and more artistic with 2D animation. Like I feel like
You
there's
can do more than what you want. Yeah, and
Yeah.
and art styles and stuff. It's
Yes.
more readily available to you to do that.
Yep.
You can tell more. Like you see something crazy, like, oh, I know what studio did that because they have their own flair.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
as in like a CGI thing. That's just a software. You know,
Yeah.
you can't. You have to go above and beyond to make that your own.
Yeah.
Just some instances of it being good, I guess. Like you said, Demon Slayer is fantastic. That's Toho Animation, I think.
Yeah.
And they did a real good job of making that seamless. It's usually with fight scenes
Yeah. Yep.
and character movement that you see the 3D.
Yeah.
But it's textured and folded so well and blended that it works with the 2D environment. You know.
Yep.
Another one that's pretty decent is Attack on Titan.
Yep.
Yes.
All of the fight movements and stuff are so crazy that to draw that'd be ridiculous.
Yeah.
It'd take a lot longer than their studios and budget would allow for.
Yeah.
So they use 3D animation and it works.
Yep.
It does.
And what's the name of that show?
Attack on Titan.
I just want to see like what you're
Yeah.
kind of
Look at some of the
referencing a
fight
little
scenes. Just say Attack on Titan 3D fight scenes or whatever. But that's really popular. It's a popular one out right now. I think it's ending pretty soon. Huge hype for that stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, while he's checking that out, another one actually. This one of my favorites. My favorite anime movie, Summer Wars, is a mixture of 2D and 3D, and a lot of times you can't tell at all.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic, and they do that, and it works so good because half of that show is in the real world and half of it's in the internet. So that's why they really made sure to do that.
Interesting.
But that's if you want to check out that kind of stuff too, it's fantastic. But
Yeah.
This looks really weird to me. Like it's so much different than what I'm used to.
yeah,
Attack on
like
Titan's
weird
sweet.
good, weird bad.
I don't like it.
I can't wait.
Like I'm gonna be honest, there's something about it I don't like, and I can't quite put my finger on what it is.
It's anime.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's it.
I don't know. There's
Attack on
just,
Titan's sick.
I'm looking at it here and I'm like, there's something about this that I can't.
Why don't you instead look up like the Demon Slayer?
Like I'm just thinking
Ajin
more
or
from
something
like
like
an
that?
artistic standpoint.
Sure.
Like I'm not an artist, obviously, but I can
you-
appreciate.
if that's
It's
your approach.
fairly seamless though, right?
Yeah.
It is. It's seamless, but I'm not a fan of the style.
That's
I guess,
fine.
is- so
fine.
that'll go back to my point where
Yeah.
I guess I will definitely say I prefer the 2D
Yeah.
if this is what you mean by 3D.
That's a blend.
That's a
Yeah,
Well, that's a
blend.
blend. Okay.
That's a lot of it's mostly 2D animation, but like the fight scenes and stuff, especially when it's just like the people who doing all these like flying through the air doing crazy stuff. Like that's the 3D that's added and blended.
okay.
Man, I gotta
Or like
finish
another
Attack
example,
on
like a
Titan.
3D
Yeah.
would be Ajin, if you ever watched that.
Yeah, I wasn't huge on Ajin or
No,
Ajin, you know.
however you want to pronounce it. But
Yeah.
yeah. I watched it. The story was okay, and the only reason I was able to bear with the animation was because I'd watched Kingdom already.
That was a Netflix original, right?
Yep.
A manga adapted for Netflix. Like some of the Netflix stuff they did, most of them are the 3D. Some of them work, some of them don't.
Yeah.
Some of them are just fantastic stories. But gosh, what was I gonna say? There's another one I was gonna talk about. It's pure 3D. You don't see that too much because a lot of people are wary of it.
Yeah.
There's actually an anime. It's called Land of the Lustrous. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yep.
Is a fully 3D anime.
Yep.
It has in it, but it really does its own thing, and they do it well. It's not necessarily the style that people would generally. Not everyone. It's not for everyone, you know. But it looks good for 3D. That's an instance of them actually doing something well with 3D animation.
And that one's on Amazon Prime for those who are looking to watch that one.
So it's not always 2D or a blended 2D that's good, and 3D by itself can't be. It can be done well. It can be done well.
But sometimes if you're like me, it just takes you a while to get used to it in the first place. And once you do, you can start actually enjoying it much more.
What one's this?
So
Land of the Lustrous.
Yeah, just watch like the opening or something.
Ooh.
See,
it's
actually well done.
Yeah, that's actually I like that actually.
Like I was impressed by when I first saw it. So
Right.
I have nothing against it at all.
It's a different take. It's pretty like they have their own flair.
Yeah.
And
Which
like
is
the color
different.
palette was really
Right.
interesting to me and everything.
They were artistic with it.
I like that actually. That's pretty clean.
See, that's a clean one that works well.
Yeah.
But then there's other ones that don't. Like I don't know if you've seen the 2016 Berserk anime.
I've heard that's terrible.
It's so bad.
Just his reaction here.
I actually really enjoyed the original Berserk
Oh,
anime.
yeah.
Okay?
It's
I
fantastic.
really enjoyed it. It was really well done. I'm talking the actual anime and the movies were both really great.
Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic.
And then the
story's crazy.
2016. Good freaking lord. What were they on when they made that?
Yeah.
It was so bad.
The story
heard
wasn't
that.
even
Like,
terrible. The
it
story
wasn't.
was fine. It's
The
bad.
animation
dude.
was
It's
terrible.
Bad.
Yeah, I've heard bad things about it.
It's really
I've
bad.
heard a lot of bad things about it.
I'm just gonna stay out of this conversation because I know nothing about this. So
Well, I don't recommend
Well,
watching it anyway. So
Let's just say that it was bad enough that it made me go berserk. Okay?
Yeah.
there's and you see that a lot. Like
So
that 3D. It's like I said. It's quick, right?
Yeah.
It's quick and it's cost effective.
uh-huh.
So a lot of people use it for filler in background and stuff. So like
Yeah.
crowds of people walking in the background or something, or cityscapes, or groups of people, armies, that kind of stuff in the background. It's usually used for 3D a lot of times, and a lot of times it's just trash. Like it looks it doesn't fit whatsoever with the background.
Yeah.
Like
I wonder
it's bad.
if the reason sometimes it works, like with Land of Lustrous, is because it's not going for real. It's going for an artistic take on stuff.
it just depends on how they blend it.
Because, like, I've noticed the shows we've talked about that are crap are going for kind of more of a realistic take, like, look on things. Like, Beast Wars,
sure.
for example, like, there's the one we looked at, and it was, like, god-awful. It's because they tried making them look real.
Well, the idea
Nothing
behind
about that
it
looked real. I'm just gonna point
The
that
idea
out.
behind using the 3D is to make it look like 2D, because 2D is the foundation of anime.
Yeah.
Right. That's the look they're trying to go for.
Yeah.
And when they don't, and they do it a little haphazardly, it makes the show bad.
Yeah.
Like, one I didn't even finish the last 2 episodes because the animation was so bad. Was I'm a Spider, So What, or
Which one was it?
I'm the one.
I'm a spider, so what?
Yeah, that one. Yep.
I've heard
So,
that was- yeah.
It
was the animation bad.
There at
Especially
the
at the
yes.
end. Holy
Just
crap.
the name of that, I can tell you it was gonna be bad.
It doesn't mean anything. It's Japanese, dude.
It is. But I will agree. Actually, the story was entertaining.
The story was entertaining to a point. It was something to watch, and I was
But
fine with that. But wow,
the
I didn't finish the last 2
animation-
episodes. It was so bad. I'll have to go and watch it sometime, but
I managed to finish it, but I will agree, those last couple episodes were really rough.
they brought the 3D instead of just in the background to the main characters,
Mm-hmm.
and it didn't work.
It did not.
And there's already stuff that was
and
enough wrong with it. But
Having been somebody who'd watched it up to that point, that shift ruined it for me.
yeah,
They should have at least finished the season as they had been doing it.
right. It's not good. But
This is an anime?
what's up?
The Berserk 2006. It looks like it looks like video game cutscenes.
Yep.
It looks
Bad
like
ones.
it looks like
Poorly done.
It looks like one of those 3D arena fighters, like all the anime games basically, and it looks
Very
like
poor.
cutscenes from that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, do you see why I'm so disappointed with it? Because I really enjoyed the old Berserk anime. Like, I really enjoyed it.
I've heard
It's
it's really good.
really, really critically acclaimed, like
Yeah.
the manga and stuff. So the guy, the writer, actually just passed away a few months back.
Mhm.
So, but
Like,
it can be done well. It
Yeah.
can be done like crap. It's just I don't
Yeah.
know. And a lot of these studios don't have the same budget. Some are much smaller.
Yeah.
A lot of them freelance out work to finish up on tight deadlines. Like that's kind of how Japan works.
Yeah.
But
Now I gotta ask you then, because I am kind of getting an idea of what you think,
sure.
but this is just more of a I want to know how you feel about this. If the art style just absolutely is atrocious, but the story is incredible, would you fight through it because of the
Yeah,
story?
probably.
You would, okay.
Yeah.
you've clearly heard me say that I would do it. So
Yeah, I knew what your answer was.
Story's the number one thing. Art style is different. Like, let's see. I'm not normally one for the more like whimsical, kind of chibi-ish. If you know what that is, it's kind of more like childish looking,
like bigger head, smaller bodies.
Like
yes,
like
okay.
Made in Abyss. It wouldn't be my normal style of anime that I'd watch. Fantastic story.
Agreed.
Excellent anime. It's up there in my top anime.
Okay,
it's so good.
For you, then that's obviously far more important because
it's also very painterly though, so it's beautiful. It really is.
See, and I think that's where we differ. I guess is I'm a much more visual.
Sure.
And so I can't get over if the art style's bad, I won't want to watch it. Like I don't care how good the story is. I would rather have the story delivered to me in a way that looks good, which I know is probably not how it should be. It's just that
there's give and take there.
But you have to realize that art is subjective, so there's no way they could get it to everybody's taste.
No, that's the
I
thing.
don't watch One Piece.
It's true. I
can't stand the art in One Piece.
I'm fine with it. I don't think it's great either, but I can bear with it.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's not that and that's not the only reason I don't watch it. It's thousands of it's like 1,000 episodes, so I don't want to watch it.
We just released episode 990.
Is that the one that video made fun of?
That's the main reason I don't watch. But
which video?
I have watched some of One Piece. It's a good story.
Probably. They recently released their 100th volume for the manga.
No thanks.
I forget who it was. Logan and I were watching a YouTube video, and someone brought up an anime, and he's like, "Yeah, if you have time to watch over 900 some episodes, then I guess go ahead." And I forget.
There's also Case Closed that has like.
I think was it?
I'm not a Case
several
Closed
hundred. I'm not either on that one.
Is it?
I can't remember.
I don't know how many they have. It's not.
It's not as many as One Piece, but they still have several hundred episodes.
Is it like 400 something?
Well, you see, there's two sets to it.
Is it 600 something or something?
Yeah. There's over I know there's at least 600 or 700 now.
Yeah, I know that's a pretty big one that people like. So
I'm gonna cut those and make codes.
And then I mean, if you look at Naruto and Naruto Shippuden together, that's like 700 episodes.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I mean, Bleach is like nearly 400, and it's gonna be getting more.
Yes.
That actually blows my mind how many episodes that some of these animes get. Like I don't know what SpongeBob's up to. But I know it's not that many. You know, like I know it's not up to 900. Obviously,
I mean it's similar in the vein. Like you love The Office, right?
Oh, yeah.
How many episodes are there of The Office?
I don't know the exact number. I know there's about 20 episodes this season minus season 1, and
so there's like over 100, right?
Seasons. Yeah, there's over 100.
Oh yeah,
and each one of those episodes is probably at least 2 anime episodes, right?
No, they're 20-minute episodes.
Are they 20?
Yeah. Well, okay, so with The Office, there's some where they have most of them. I'd say like 90% are 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some of them they put to fill the hour TV slot because they're
yeah.
like the bigger episodes, and then there's some where they have a part 1 and a part 2. So I mean,
yeah.
there was a stretch. I think it was in season 7 or 8 where most of them were 40 minutes apiece.
Yeah.
But for I'd say 90 or like 80 to 90% are 20 to 30 minute episodes.
So think of that with the ease of not live actors or anything like that, not filming, like the ease of just creating.
See,
it's
I
the
feel
same
like
thing, man.
And then if somebody does get sick or like they grow too old, you can just bring in somebody with a similar voice and they can continue on.
See, I feel like that would be a lot harder to do. Would be drawing it all.
It's really not.
But
I can't say it from experience.
And also, with a lot of anime, it's just adapting manga, and so it's like the story's there. They just have to adapt it into.
They just have to animate it.
They have the base, information and everything. They just need to.
And that's another thing why they go so long, because a lot of stories are based in manga, and that's this just drawing and dialogue and stuff, and so that's
and a lot of them cut that down by a large margin.
Yeah. Yep.
To fit budget and time length and stuff. So, and your normal episode length or whatever. So it's not totally different than just thinking of your favorite TV show in America, right? It's just probably a bit easier.
Yeah.
Or more. I don't know. It's not. I don't want to say it's easier to make these things, but it's faster to make them, I guess.
Yeah.
Than like hiring actors and paying them and writing script and getting everything done. But
yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I hate to cut you off here, but it's been 20 minutes on
good.
this. And I know you guys, the next 2 topics are strictly anime, so you can continue the conversation, but let's at least pose a different question.
We're good, dude.
So,
all right.
I don't care who goes next. It's either going to be, you two can fight over it.
I can go next, I guess. Sure.
Yep, go for it.
Okay.
All right, so mine, once again, he's already mentioned it's an anime-based one. So my question to you guys is, which anime would you guys most want to see have some type of continuation for, whether it be a sequel or like they go back and interject some of the middle story that may have been skipped over before, something like that. But my rule is it cannot be something that already has a confirmed sequel or continuation, like announced, confirmed, or that we just know is coming. Like, you get what I'm saying with that?
Sure.
Yep.
And this could be something that's like really old. You could want, like I said, that second actual continuation, or just go back and
Something that's finished
extra.
or a remake or something, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So like, I'll tell you one of them that has hit me. I'm going to clarify one thing. I may not have noticed that some of these things have extensions coming.
Yeah.
So if there is one
Sure.
that I mention, let me know, because you'll make my night if I hear that there actually is something coming out for these.
Yeah.
So you can really make my night if this is true.
So just
but-
to clarify, then you're talking about not a continuation of the main series, but you want like a side project off of
Well,
it.
No, just like expansion.
either.
expansion. Like some of these may actually be complete anime that were
They're
done.
finalized and done. You just want more.
We just want
Okay,
more.
so you just want something in the same universe, is all you're saying.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like one of them that I really want to have continued that really like hurt me when I learned that it was not continuing was Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That one like killed my soul when I learned it was not continuing.
They opened it up, and that has such a great lore and like world building.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to have more of that too.
I mean, I loved all of it. Like I felt like the Chimera Ant arc at the end was a little drawn out,
It was a little drawn out.
but it was still really well done.
Yeah.
And I want more. I still want more. If they release more, I will be happy.
Well,
Yeah.
that last episode with Ging, on top of the world tree,
Mhm.
opens up everything.
Yeah.
They have so many ways that they can go from here.
And they haven't even gone to the Dark Continent.
I know, right? So that's actually my number one that I want to have.
That's a good one.
Continue.
That is a good one.
I really wish
So-
you guys could just have like your own anime show where you could get together.
I want
and
it.
talk.
I'm down to do like
my
a once a
problem
month.
is I only have so much time.
I
in
know
my
you.
week.
I know.
That's
my
my
the problem with
catch.
all three of you.
Yep.
That's what
I know.
I keep saying maybe once a month or something.
So I'll let you guys hear, and then I can
But-
continue because I have more.
I think
but-
for me, it's Tokyo Ghoul. I just want
Do you
more,
want more?
but I don't necessarily want like more to the like end of the season. Like I think what I want to see mainly for Tokyo Ghoul would be like maybe like an extended like episode or like a movie or maybe even just a short season going over like the aftermath and like seeing like
Like an
Kaneki-
epilogue.
Yeah, like an epilogue.
Yeah.
I
That'd
think
be
that'd
cool.
be really cool seeing like Kaneki's kids, because
And how that works
yeah,
out.
and how that works, and like how the world is like harmonized now that ghouls and humans live together, and then also like just getting maybe a remake of season 2.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't, but
It'd be cool to follow the manga more.
yes,
Mhm.
yeah, because
I agree with that part.
that is something that I noticed watching it, and I haven't read the manga for season 2 stuff yet. I just finished season 1 stuff, but I did notice like a few times when I was watching that I was like, okay, how did that guy died in a different way, but he's back with a different injury? What happened there? And I find out later it's because they changed the season 2 stuff so much from the manga, and so it really changes the story. So if they could just, like I said, I like season 2. I might have my opinion change once I read the manga for it. But
There's
if
a
they could-
lot of differences.
Yeah, if they could adapt the manga better, then the story's more consistent. I'd love that.
It'd be kind of like a Full Metal and a Full Metal Brotherhood
Yeah.
kind of switch closer to the
Oh,
manga.
really? It's like that big?
Not that big, but
Oh,
But it'd be
there's some
similar
huge
to that.
parts. Like
gotcha.
there'd be some dang epic fights
But
Mhm.
that switch and change. But
But then other than that, it's the only one other I can think of is Way of the House Husband. I would love more,
Just
of
want
that
more of
show.
it?
That show
they
is
might
so
might
fun.
get more because there's a lot of volumes of that.
What was the
There
name
are-
of it?
Way
The
of the
Way
House
of the
Husband.
House Husband.
So it's about a ex-Yakuza member. It's a really short show. Like you
It's
can
so
finish it in like an
funny.
hour and a half.
And are you aware
Honestly,
what a Yakuza is?
I think
I
it's-
do know, yes.
honestly, you
I think you
might
would
like that
I
show.
think you would like it.
It's
It's-
hilarious.
It is so so it's basically this ex-Yakuza member. He's retired. He was one of the most like ruthless killers.
A
in the-
legend.
like a legend in Yakuza.
He just stops.
He stops just randomly, and he becomes his house husband.
He's a stay-at-home husband for a wife that
and
he
like
married.
so like everything he does though is still in like the Yakuza mindset.
It's so
he like
funny.
goes grocery shopping and he's like picking everything out, and it's like he's like still doing like mob stuff, and it's so funny. And then he like runs into ex Yakuza members, and they're like, "What are you doing?" And he's just like
trying to kill him and
yeah,
stuff.
they're trying to kill him, but he's like doing just the
And he
household
wears an
stuff.
apron
He
everywhere
wears that
and-
apron everywhere. It's so funny.
That sounds so stupid.
Dude,
So it is so
it's so
humorous.
fantastic.
It's so funny.
I'm just trying to think of like an Americanized, like mob boss style to that.
Right? Like, like he's a part of the women's association of
Yeah,
like housewives,
yeah.
but it's him. He's
Yeah,
Yep.
the
it's
house
so it's like
husband.
all these like
So
old ladies.
He calls the one lady, the chairman. He calls calls her boss lady,
yeah.
and like they're on a volleyball team together. It's so
Yeah, it's
funny.
always like
It's-
middle-aged moms and then him, and they like all do stuff together, and it's so funny.
It's hilarious, dude.
I'm just playing Pokemon Go.
I
Pretending
noticed,
that
but
We've noticed.
But no, I want more of that show. It's so funny.
it was pretty popular on Netflix, so it might get some more. I'm not sure.
Mhm.
Okay.
We'll have to see.
I got really two. My biggest one is Dead Man Wonderland.
Oh man,
That's
100%.
So good.
When
That's
we
on
watched
my
the first
list.
episode of that. I want to finish that.
must have
That's
missed that, right?
crazy.
That's been one of my favorite anime for a long time. I think it was. I can't remember was it Man Globe was the studio or the publisher that made it, but they filed for bankruptcy in like 2017 maybe something like that, or maybe it's earlier. But they went bankrupt, and the studio was bought by someone else, and so that kind of property, all that they have was shelved. So I don't think that's ever going to get a new one.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a cult classic almost, but it's so fantastic. It's only 12 episodes, one OVA,
Yeah.
and man, it's good though. It's
Yeah.
the same guy who illustrated and wrote Eureka 7, which is another fantastic anime. So,
Very well done.
check that one out.
It's
It's
very-
very, very dark. So
it's
if you're not
very
into that
interesting.
stuff,
Yep.
don't
We watched
watch
the
it.
first
but
episode at Dan's, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like it opens like right off the bat. You're like,
it's
boom.
you think Tokyo Ghoul's dark? It's way darker
Oh,
than
100%.
Tokyo
Oh,
Ghoul.
Yes,
definitely.
100%.
So that would be my number one for sure. And my second one is probably Burn the Witch, which is the one-shot spin-off of Bleach that Kubo made a while back, and it just got its own like 3-part miniseries on can't remember if it was an anniversary. I think it was a Bleach anniversary, and gave a little bit of more to the lore of Bleach. I'd love to have more of that because that world is just wide open
Yeah.
for more story, being the Eastern Soul Society and stuff. So that'd be sick.
Yeah.
That one was also on my list.
So though, Dead Man Wonderland and Burn the Witch would be my number 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Very respectable. Very respectable. Some more on mine. Have you guys ever seen Grimgar
Okay.
Fantasy and Ash?
I haven't finished it. That's on my
I-
list to watch and finish.
It's one of my favorites for like being
it-
shoved into a video game.
Is
alternate
that's an
world.
isekai, right?
It's an isekai.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites for it.
That means transported to another
Yes.
world, Jordan.
So Space
Okay.
Jam's an isekai.
Kind of.
Space Jam's
Kind
perfect.
So,
So you should like it then.
Space
Isekai.
Jam.
but so that's one of mine. I felt like it was a very interesting like take on it because it was much more realistic of like them facing the difficulties of going in there, not just
Right.
being overpowered.
I think
when
I've
they
watched
get
like
there.
2 or 3 episodes of it, so I
Like-
think I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah, and like there are some of them that actually like die, but in darker ways than what you ever see in like Sword Art Online.
It's very real. Yeah.
It's a very realistic approach to it. Another one that I would love to see more about was No Game, No Life. You ever seen that one?
I watched the first one. There's another one, right? There's a second one, right?
Yes. Well, there's also a movie.
Okay. I haven't watched the second one. I've watched the first one, and it was
It's all
That's
right,
interesting.
but I felt like they had a lot of ways they could go with
Sure,
it.
yeah.
And having read some of the manga myself, I know the manga was so much better. I'm hoping that they could actually come in and, you know,
it had a really good art style. It's very colorful, vibrant.
yeah, I enjoyed it. And then, like, the story was all right, but I enjoyed
have
the
mine
take
open. I know
on
you're doing
it.
something
So,
Oh, you don't have it open?
so let's
Doing
see.
up crap. Saying stupid
Another
crap.
one that I would like to see more of, Gate.
That's Nick just watched that.
Yes,
he liked it pretty well.
That.
So,
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not even looking.
Sammy goes, I wish this would put baby to sleep, and I go, anime talks don't.
No, that's a culture, baby.
Yeah, it's culture.
But
But yeah, Gate
would be great.
phenomenal. I
And
loved
there's
it.
more to the manga of that too. So that's actually a possibility. I haven't heard anything specific.
I haven't heard anything about it either. That's why I'm putting it out here,
Yeah.
hoping that maybe like mentioning this will somehow hit the AI to trigger it off to the
Right.
producer and
Honestly,
the developers.
Driving to Winters, me and Nick were just talking about this, like getting more Gate actually.
That's funny.
But
So
yeah, that would be a
that's-
really good one too.
So that's,
I thoroughly enjoyed Gate for some reason. I liked it a lot.
I
Sure,
actually enjoyed it a lot as well. And also, like, I didn't have this on my other list, but having mentioned Sword Art Online, Excel World.
Oh yeah, that was really good.
That was
way
phenomenal.
better than Sword Art.
Agreed. And it's made by the same author, same world.
Well, they have a collab movie, Ordinal Scale, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I haven't seen, but Excel World, yeah, it's pretty quality actually. If you're into that kind of, if you like Sword Art, I would say watch Excel World and you'll like it better. So
because it takes place in the future of Sword Art Online.
I've kind of been told to avoid Sword Art.
that's fine. I totally agree sometimes.
I agree sometimes as well.
If you got nothing better to do and you've watched everything you want to watch, go ahead. But there's some issues with it, and it's a little meh. But
Yeah.
But Excel World is phenomenal.
Excel World was really good though.
If you skip SAO, that's fine.
Mhm.
Watch Excel World.
Okay.
It's actually good. It's such a different take of like a protagonist, and I like it.
Yeah.
It really is.
Protagonist is like this really short, fat, like lonely,
Nerd
loser
kid.
kid,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really good. It is actually really good. But
What's I know is Devil a part timer?
it's getting more.
It's getting
It's
more.
getting more?
It's
I'm
confirmed.
so
it is
happy.
getting more. That's why it's not on my list, because
I'm
it's
so
confirmed
happy.
already.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would be like one of the top ones on my
I'd
list.
say that's the only other one I could think of that I might, because I didn't know that
Is
was
it getting a
confirmed.
season
That's
2?
Awesome.
Yep. After how many years? 7 years or
I
something.
haven't
know,
finished
right?
it yet. I'm gonna go back and binge the whole season, but
You
like
gotta watch more.
even the stuff I remember from watching at your place, like the whole
It's
like
ridiculous.
it's just so stupid.
Do I
like,
use the last of my magic
Yeah.
power to fix the fry machine?
right.
yeah,
right.
I love that stuff.
But no,
Do I do it?
It's so funny.
phenomenal. Super excited about that
Yeah,
one.
very,
but
very.
That's a different conversation. They'll look
Yeah,
for the
we can
ones
talk
we're
about
looking
that
forward to. And the last one that I actually had, this one's one that's just near and dear to my heart, Fairy Tale.
Okay, that's
So,
completely over there, right?
That's completely different elsewhere, though.
Is that your favorite anime, Weston?
It's not my
Aside
favorite.
from Code Geass.
No, it's top 5 though
Okay.
for me.
Gotcha.
So I loved it. I really enjoyed it.
I haven't finished it. I still have to finish it, but
I felt like there were some points in it though that were really low, and that's what keeps it from being one of my favorites. If that makes sense, like very top.
yeah.
But overall, I love the story. I love the characters, though I don't enjoy all the fan service necessarily.
So
they,
much.
they do way too much of it.
it's so weird with how the vibe of the show too. It's just weird.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that really kind of kills me there.
I hate how they never kill off anyone either. They just come back as a good person later.
There are some people who die. It's just later on they start
Very,
actually
very.
dying.
I know some, but
And I feel like some of them are just like some of the characters are just underused. So, well, whatever.
Yeah.
That's one of them that's actually at the bottom of my list, just because I feel like they did end it pretty well, and they gave us enough of it that I'm kind of sated for it, if that makes sense. But I still feel like I would watch more if they released more, if that makes sense.
sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
See, I have some of those too that like I don't like. I love the show, like, but I just don't think I would want more because it's
Exactly.
So one comes to mind, Brotherhood, Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh
Brotherhood.
yeah, it's
Mhm.
completed.
It is
Amazing,
complete.
but like there's nothing else to tell there. Like it's completed. And
Like-
so yeah, would I love to see like new stuff from it? But
If
not
they
really.
made epilogue with like Alphonse going to Xing, I would totally watch
Yeah,
it.
that
Okay?
would be
We,
cool.
well, like,
But
like we're saying, we'd watch
You
it, but
don't
we don't
need
need
that.
it.
See, that's like what I'm saying about Tokyo Ghoul. Like I would like to see like an epilogue just to see like a little quick glimpse of what it looks
just
like
join
in the
the
future.
club, Jordan. Just join the club.
But like I don't
I'm not
want to
even looking
see
at
more
chat, so-
Tokyo Ghoul because it ended so well. So
Yeah.
just like an epilogue arc or whatever, just quick little thing that shows like, oh hey, this is what's going on now.
And some shows shouldn't have any more. Like
Yeah.
they're
Yes.
finished perfectly, you know. Steins Gate should never have
Yeah,
any more.
no, never.
I know there's Steins Gate 0. I haven't watched it, but the original Steins Gate perfect. Don't do anything with it. I don't know. There's a lot of animes like that, so I'm trying to think of more, but
There are a bunch of them though, where they just box them up quite nicely, put that ribbon on there, and it's just
there
it's,
was a true ending, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
and it was appropriate, and everything went smoothly. It just you're satisfied,
Yeah.
you know.
Keep smirking, but I'm not even.
No,
I don't know what you're
I-
talking about. I don't
You
have my
guys
chat
just
up, so-
ignore me.
Like yeah, another one I think of this finish is Your Lie in April. Oh.
You can't do any more of that.
You
No,
can't
you
do anything
can't.
more with that.
I don't
And
want
it's
any more of
so
that
well
because
done.
I bawled my eyes out during that show.
Truth.
When we're over and like people are just chilling or whatever, and we're watching anime house or whatever, I'll just like throw on an episode and like, no,
He throws in
stop.
the last episode too, which is the one that gets me.
I know.
That one makes me cry every time.
No, here's what I'm going to tell you. If they bring out more of that, like to fill in the middle, I will cry at all those because I know how it ends.
Yeah, I
And
know.
it's just going to make me think of the ending.
I'm just like, oh my god.
Irregular at Magic High School gets a third season. That was pretty decent. I don't know. It wasn't
was
one of my
okay.
favorites, though, but it was enjoyable.
I enjoyed the first one. It kind of ended like strangely.
And actually, now I think about it,
And I've only watched like the first 5 episodes of the second season,
I was
think.
going to say, I only made it a ways into the second season before I got distracted.
And I don't
by
really know how it
others.
ends, so I don't know how a third season would do because I don't know how the second one ends. But
Yeah, I'm actually in that exact same boat. I was just thinking about that. I think was it the 4th arc that I ended on?
I'm not sure, dude.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there are only like 3 or 4 episodes per arc
Sure.
in it as they go through. So I got a little ways in, but I did not manage to finish it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't think
So-
of anything else that I really would want to see more of. A lot of the shows I've watched have really good, solid endings.
For sure.
So
So definitely. So those are some of them that I really would love to see continued, but I just want to get your guys' thoughts.
Give me Dead
Yep.
Man Wonderland. Come on.
yeah,
Dead
I want
Man
to finish
Wonderland,
that show.
definitely.
We'll have to watch
Yeah.
that one. We have so much to
I know
watch,
we're watching
though, so-
Haikyuu, we're watching Bleach. So much.
We
I'm
gotta finish
watching.
Haikyuu so we can watch Bleach.
I know. Yeah, I agree.
But
And once you guys get like past the Bount arc, give me a
we're,
call out.
we're
Definitely
gonna
join
skip
that.
it, I think.
Oh, you're
I think we're
skipping
gonna
it?
skip it.
Yeah.
Because with how long it is, it doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
With the limited amount of time that we get to watch the anime with each other, you know.
Let me know when you get to the point then where you guys are ready to like, especially a Ronkar arc.
Yeah, we'll get through Soul Society and go directly into Aranka arc. So
Okay, once you're ready for that, let me know. That's when I'll actually want to start getting deep. I've seen Soul Society arc so many times though.
Yeah,
it is good.
So
though.
many
It's
times.
good.
It's great.
I'm liking
but you can
Bleach
only
so
watch
far.
it so many times.
I'm really liking it so far.
It's not poor Jordan. This is good for him.
Yeah, this is good for him. He's getting cultured here
Yes,
by
but,
listening to all of this.
I'm totally ready for more stuff. So
Most
So-
assuredly. But
Good.
shall we move
Yep.
along?
yeah, that was good.
Let's So the last topic, another anime topic.
Joy.
Hey, wonderful.
Wow, never saw this one coming.
Let's do for my topic. I want to do top 3 anime
That's so tough.
openings.
That's tough.
So tough.
Pokemon's number 1.
I have a huge list. That is a really good
Yeah.
one. Not gonna lie, but
That
it's
is
not on my
very
top
good.
list.
So
I would agree that it's one of the greatest, but it's not on my
Yeah.
list either.
Well, it's on my list, and it's my number 1, and
Yep.
my number 2,
That's
and my
good.
number 3.
And that's
I know
fine.
there's multiple Pokemon openings, right? Jimmy?
Exactly. So it's gonna be 1, 2, and 3.
there we go.
Hey,
Yeah, but
you
which was-
contributed. Why?
I did. I contributed
Why
something.
is it?
Do you want to give us a different season for number 2 and a different season for number 3?
Please do. Because you know number 1 is the first one.
Mm-hmm. That one's obvious, beyond obvious.
I'll help you out. The Johto season's pretty good.
There you go. That one's great.
That was
He
pretty.
doesn't even know what it
He
is.
doesn't even know.
Look it up right now.
It's pretty big. It's a good ball.
Okay.
But so yeah, just to kind of clarify, it's not just the music. It's not just the song
As a whole,
as a whole. So the animation,
Yep.
the whole opening as a whole.
what it means, what it says.
Yep.
Feeling, vibe, any metaphors that are seen through it that it shows. If the anime changes or the opening changes, because some of them do.
Yep.
All around, yeah.
Yeah.
Just openings. Just openings.
Yep. So for mine,
Yep.
I would
Number 3. You can give me number 3.
Yeah, I'll say number 3 first. What did I decide? I think
I still don't have chat open, so don't.
My
That's
number-
fine. Don't worry about it.
my number 3 would probably be Fly High. That
So
one
good.
is
It's on my
really
list.
so good. I love that song first off, but then the opening for it is amazing.
fits. It really fits.
Yeah, and like especially like not even the fact that like the opening on its own looks awesome and it works so well, but where they're at in the story too, like it's just such a beautiful opening.
It really it really it shows it has little spotlights of the characters, of all of the main characters, right, in the opening. And it really shows what they're specialized at.
Yep.
And what they're working on in the character development
Yep.
of them, so it fits what that show is, because it's all about character development.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that's Haikyuu, by the way.
Yeah, Haikyuu.
It's the
Yep,
opening
Haikyuu.
4 by the Burnout Syndromes.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Yep. It's so good. My number 2 is Inferno.
Okay.
By Miss Green Apple, I
Mrs.
believe.
Green Apple,
Yeah. That one's from Fire Force.
That's a good one.
It's
That
the
was
original Fire
phenomenal.
Force opening. I'm mixed on Fire Force as a show right now.
Sure,
It
yeah.
kind of lost me, but the original opening is amazing.
It is really
I
good.
love
I think the
that.
entire first season was phenomenal, but
Yes,
yeah, the opening
entire
was,
first season was great.
Agreed.
But yeah, the opening is amazing. I
It is
love.
good.
It is
They
really
have
well done.
almost all. I think all their openings are pretty
Yes,
awesome.
they are really
They
They're
are.
pretty all fire. Sorry, pun.
Yeah, I love.
Hmm.
Yeah, I love all three of them so far that I've seen.
I just
Mhm.
want to point out that for the first time on this show, Dan has made a pun.
I didn't
And
force it. It wasn't terrible.
It was good. It was very well executed.
Thank you.
And then, last but not least, is Unravel
Of course.
from Tokyo Ghoul. Such a good opening. Oh, I
All
love-
around.
all around. The song's one of my favorite songs.
So good.
The the opening animation is like tells the whole story
Mm-hmm.
in such a cool package, and it's like you get the context of the conflict in Kaneki and
The
just
dual
that
personalities.
yeah, like the whole like way it opens up with him sitting on the chair and like just the blue sky behind him, like so cool. And then it ends. Then it ends with the white hair, and you're like kind of questioning like what's up, like he's got white hair, and like then you find out at the end of the season that's what happened.
Like it all means so much
Yep.
too. Like that
Mhm.
chair means so much.
Yep.
It
If you
does.
follow through that first season.
Yep, 100%.
And on it's on one side it's Toka, right, and then Rize on the other,
Yep.
right. So
Mhm.
there's so much like back and forth when all of the main characters are walking in front of the glass, and it shows normal person and ghoul eyes on the other side.
Yes.
And that theme of glass throughout the whole thing,
Yep.
where your view into different whatever, it's cracked in the beginning, and it gets fixed, and it's Tokyo Ghoul, the title screen
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yep.
And there's the glass throughout, and the water, reflective water. It's all about reflection, kind of like
Yep.
who are you really,
Yep.
and how
Mhm.
the two things fight.
Yep. 100%.
So fantastic, totally fantastic opening for
Yeah.
an anime. It's on my list too. I might take it
Mhm.
off just because you said it.
yeah.
So that gives me ability to say another one. But fantastic. Check it out.
Yes.
It's just a
yeah.
kind of a work of art, really.
Yeah,
It
just
really
look up
is.
Unravel, and I guarantee you that's probably the first video is just the opening for
Yeah.
season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you don't like anime, if you're just into anything creative, check it out.
It's
I think it's really cool.
Brilliant.
I will say it was also in my top 3, so
Yeah.
I'll have to decide whether to keep it on there,
Yeah.
switch out as well.
I have some screensavers from that as my wallpaper on my computer.
Mhm.
So I want to point out that someone in chat says Overlord Season 3 is one of their favorites.
Veracity. Ooh, very nice.
That was actually a pretty good
That's
one.
a good one.
Yeah,
by
my,
Mythoroid.
My phone's got a little bit of Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah, I see that. But
I just figured I'll throw in like what chat says, and
Sure,
I,
yeah.
I can use that as my conversation.
that's
That's
good.
fine.
Actually,
yeah, bring them in.
Overlord openings are actually really good.
They are very well
They're
done.
fantastic songs. Outside of that, I mean, all around, I wouldn't probably call them my favorites or anything because the songs are fantastic, but everything else isn't. It doesn't push it that much further for me. But good music, good openings.
Mhm.
I agree.
Yeah.
That was your 3, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to give yours, Weston?
Yeah.
I'll just figure what's going around.
You want me to give?
Yeah,
I can
go
give
Okay,
it
go
to
ahead.
you. Okay, so I'm taking Unravel out. Fly High's not in there. What am I gonna give? Okay. We're going to. Sorry. Well, 2 of them are gonna be from Bleach. So
That's fine.
Well, I got some for Bleach too, so let's see.
there's many of Bleach's openings that could be on this
Mhm.
list. But okay. So 3. These are in no particular order. I'm just gonna name them. Is the 9th opening for Bleach called Velonica by
Oh,
Aqua
I love that
Times.
one so
Okay.
much.
So good. It's I'm an art guy kind of, so different art styles really do things for me, right? Fantastic song. Obviously these are all fantastic songs, but it's the art style is really sweet. It's heavy, dark contrast for shadows on very vibrant backgrounds and characters, like.
Yeah.
So it's heavy shadows, even like too heavy for the like light sources and stuff. It's awesome, and it's very dynamic movement with like wind
Yeah.
in the beginning, and it just showcases all of the like favorite characters, and kind of moves out into different groups of characters and people, like enemies and different allies and stuff too, and it kind of shows it just really puts a spotlight on
Yeah.
character design.
Mm-hmm.
And then it kind of shifts to a hand-drawn, like really you can see the like brush strokes kind of, or the pencil strokes, hand drawn like quick animation of the main character before it jumps back to the same style. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. Check it out. You might not like, if you like cool stuff. Like I said with Unravel, it's just if you like artistic, creative stuff, check it out. But
Yeah.
that's on my list. Also, opening 13 from Bleach is called Ranbu No Melody by Sid.
Ooh,
this
Sid. I
one
like
is-
Sid.
Yeah, same Sid. So, this one is really cool. It kind of starts with the unseen from Bleach, like through the eyes of like a normal person who's not spiritually aware.
Yeah.
So like it starts with like just empty townscape, normal stuff, and then you'll see like a crane in the distance like move,
Oh, that's cool.
or some cloud gets like shifted, and it's you can't see the stuff because a normal person can't see the stuff.
Yep.
And it's like goes into like a film, like it instead of the full screen it'll go to like a little film thing. It's got like the film crane and stuff. It's really cool, and it periodically shifts to seeing more things, and then to main characters like running to the disturbances, because that's what they always do, because they know what's going on.
Yep.
Into more of stylized shots of very prominent characters with a really cool gradient art style, and all throughout this is a 6 song by Sid. It's really cool. So check that one out.
Yeah, I like Bleach so far.
It's so good.
The music,
That one was actually one of them that made my top.
especially
So I have to try to.
the ending is great for Bleach.
Oh, shut up. I don't know if I've actually listened to that whole song. I just don't like it.
Nobody knows.
But those are my 2 from Bleach. Let's see. What else? Gosh, there's so many good ones. I don't know if I'll stop at 3, sorry. But okay, this one's fun. It's the first opening. I think there's only one opening. It's called Flyers. It's the opening for Death Parade.
That was on mine.
That
That was actually one of my top
by a
3
band
right
called
there.
Bradio, and this is like the
Hi,
most. Yeah, what's up? This is the most jarring one, I think, because it's the total opposite of what the show is like. It's super fast, fun, like upbeat dance music, jazzy kind of thing going on with all the characters playing games. It's like it's really fun and like vibrant. That's not what the show's like at all.
Yeah.
The show is very dark.
Yeah.
So it's it's very catchy, but it's such a weird contrast to the whole show. But that one's interesting. I threw that one on, I guess. But I don't know. Check them out.
Yeah.
I got lots of cool ones.
That one was
Yeah.
also on my list, so we'll see.
My bad, Weston.
No, it's good. It's good. It's good.
But
So
I feel like that just shows like how good at the ones we're talking about are.
Right?
That we're all like have like the same ones. Like
Yeah.
you guys had Unravel and Fly High, and like you had a few of the Bleach ones that that just shows the testament to like how actually great these openings are. Like they're some of the best.
I have a whole list here, man.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Did you have any others you wanted to mention, or are you going to keep it limited there?
I mean, I have a lot. Just some honorable mentions, I guess. Riri from Erased.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Asian Kung Fu Generation. That one's awesome. It's just really... I don't want to spoil the show or anything, but it really tells the feel of the show, and it actually changes throughout the series a little bit, which I love that in an anime. But that one, let's see. OP6 from Naruto Shippuden, Sign by Flo. That one hits the
That's a
feels
good
because it's
one.
all about Jiraiya.
Oh, that's an entire conversation of
Oh,
itself.
yeah. But that one's good. The Steins Gate opening, Hack Near the Gate, because
That's also on my list. So.
Sorry, Weston.
No, it's good.
That
You're
one
good.
changes throughout
Yeah.
too, which really matches the show. That one's crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like Weston's entire list has changed 8 times because
Probably.
No, I had like a bunch of them on here.
Yeah.
It's
I
just
figured.
Yeah.
a lot of these are just so good that they're overlapping.
Yeah.
Because he said top 3 though, right?
Yeah.
Well, I have
he's given
more
honor-
listed,
Yeah.
just-
He's given.
Okay.
I'm just giving
Yeah,
some honorable
honorable
ones to
mentions.
look at.
Okay.
but,
Yeah, I guess I didn't give honorable mentions, but just a few to note
Yeah.
here are I really like the Tower of God opening. Top.
That's on my list.
That's so good.
That
I
was
love
so
that
good.
one. Again by Yui.
That's on my list, too.
Classic.
Weston's not gonna have anything to talk about.
And then just one more to note is I love the
I don't have anything to talk about.
Attack on Titan opening.
Okay, yeah.
Guru
Yeah.
no Yumiya.
Yeah.
I've been so overdone on that one. Both of them. That's just
Mhm.
they're
It's
not
so
there
hype,
for me anymore.
especially
But
when you watch the animation goes so well with that song, and it's
Yeah.
just such a hype song. Like
it is.
like the trumpets
It's
coming
good.
in. Oh, it's so good.
But before I mention it, I just
Yeah.
you say
Before we
stuff,
say
Weston.
Weston's whole list, Weston, why don't you give us yours?
All right. So I'm going to do like Dan. This is in no particular order.
Mhm.
One of my favorites is still the opening for. This isn't actually my number one, but it's up there. The opening for Code Geass, Colors by Flow.
Oh, that's good.
Just the way that the entire intro just pieces together, it really sets the mood for everything.
It is good.
And it's just so wonderful, you know?
Yeah.
I might like World's End better,
I don't know. Like,
but
here's-
they're very good, both of them.
I agree. And part of like why I choose some of mine is just the emotional attachment I have to them.
It's the
so
beginning too, you know.
It is the beginning, and I'm still like,
That's
I
a
love
good
it.
one. That's a good one. I agree.
One of them that I absolutely adore, though, from Bleach is Asterisk. That
First
very
one is fantastic, yeah.
It is so well done. It was
Yes.
actually
Nostalgic.
That's actually really good.
one of the things for that one though. It was one of the first ones I saw that was actually artistic and fresh.
Yeah.
That showed Kubo's like style.
I love that
Exactly.
so much.
It's
so
really
far.
showed
Yeah.
it.
It was one of the first ones I saw that wasn't one of those generic shonen
Yeah.
intros,
Mhm.
and it opened my eyes to an entire different world and made me actually start judging intros.
Yeah, I liked it before, but then Dan explained to me like how the creator's like a huge fashion guy, and like
Mhm.
when I noticed that like he's just throwing his like own fashion, that's cool.
One
I
of
like
his
that a
favorite
lot.
things is making his own like clothes for his
Mhm.
characters.
Yeah, I love
Like,
that.
He's so creative, and it shows it in that anime.
Yeah,
And just the way that the colors play off each
Fantastic,
other, it is
yes.
incredible.
yeah, I love
Okay?
it.
It's absolutely incredible. And it, like I said, it was one that really made me start paying attention to it. Back in the day, like so many of the, especially shonens, were just so copy and paste
Hmm.
that it was just like I didn't even pay attention to most of them. I just like watch through it and then just keep moving. That one made me actually pay attention. I started focusing on it. I kept noticing little details every time I'd watch it. You know.
Yeah,
Yep.
So well done. So well done. Another one that gets me. Once again, this one's more nostalgia, but it really sets the mood for it. The very original opening for One Piece, We Are.
I don't remember One
You
Piece
probably
openings
don't
too much.
remember it very well, but it's
if
one
I
of
heard
those.
it, I would know it. But
It's the if you hear it, you'll know it. It's
Yeah.
the most famous one for it. It's been redone a couple times, but it's one of those things I go back to. I see it. It sets the mood. You see some of the characters. You see their interactions and the like intensity of the music without being like rock or anything like that.
yeah,
Really kind of keeps you pulled in and sets you up for what's going on. So well done. I still love that one to this day, and I think it's the best of the One Piece openings, and they've got like 20. So it's easily, in my opinion, the best of them.
yeah,
And I know that it's been redone more than any, but just the way that the actual art played together with it. Now, I'll agree the art in One Piece itself isn't the greatest,
to each their own.
but
yeah.
in all honesty, like even for the anime itself, I felt like the art in that opening was better than some of the art in the actual episode, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
So it was really well done. The way that it played off really hit the emotions for those of us who have watched it. And then going back and watching it, it hits real hard.
yeah.
Like, it's back there in the very beginning, the Romance Dawn arc.
Hmm.
Oh, so good.
I've actually seen that one.
Huh?
I said I've actually seen that arc.
Right? So, really solid one. Again, like, I loved... if you want one that I just absolutely loved the music to, the opening animation was okay, but the music was just phenomenal. I loved the Cruel Angel's Thesis from
Oh,
Neon
that's
Genesis
that's what
Evangelion.
made me start watching
Everyone
that show.
loves that one.
I
Like,
really love it.
So
So-
many lists, like that's number one opening ever. I'm like,
I wouldn't put it number
Yeah, I
one.
want to put number one either.
I don't
But
know about
still
that.
love it. I still love it. It's so mesmerizing.
it's like a
you
cult
know?
classic.
Yeah.
That's for a lot of people, you know,
I literally that's the reason I
I'm
started
not
watching
huge
that
on-
show.
Evangelion, but
Can I interrupt super quick?
Sure.
So I think the answer is yes, but someone in chat wants to know: was Weston in speech and debate in high school?
I mean, I was.
You were okay. I thought so. I just wanted to.
yeah.
Let's see. I also really liked, also from the, this is another honorable mention, if you will.
Yeah.
Long Shot from ReZero.
ReZero has some good
they
openings.
have really
actually.
good openings in general.
I think I like all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Or is it 4 now?
I think it's 4.
Okay.
But I like all of them
I really
well.
like the 3rd one, actually, of the newest season. The first one. That opens up with all of the witches and stuff.
Yeah.
Where he just, like, dies so many times in it. Which really is the show.
But yeah.
ReZero's got some good ones, actually.
Mm-hmm. And if my research is correct, I'm pretty sure Long Shot was the 2nd one. So, if my memory serves correct, I might be off on that. It's been a while since I last saw it, but I still remember it to this day.
Is it the 2nd one or is it the first one?
Was it the very first one?
I think it's the first one. But I could be wrong as well. You could be right.
No, you could very well be right. Like I said, it's been a while since I watched the first season.
Yeah.
But I still remember it as... I remember Long Shot specifically.
The immense random knowledge about anime that we have.
Right. So
We're weebs. I'm sorry.
I'm not sorry.
Yeah,
I say that I'm not actually sorry, but I just, I feel like I have to throw that in there. But
Any other honorable mentions you got?
Oh, I could go on and on, but
I
we're
have
going to
a
be here
really
all
good
night.
one,
Yeah.
actually. Just one, I guess. From a newer anime. Black Clover actually has quite a few openings that are pretty good.
I agree.
Opening 10 is actually phenomenal, though. It's called Black Catcher. It's by Vika Blanca.
Mm-hmm.
It's totally black and white, aside from a couple people's eyes that are red. That's the only color, which has to do with like the devil theme of the show.
Yeah.
And it's really good, actually. Fantastic song. It really shows like the depressing material that's going on and the battle between that. And right at the end, it kind of opens up into, you see color for the first time, and it, like a little bit of hope at the end. But it really good. So check that one out. That's pretty well done.
Oh, sure. And was that Black Catcher or Black Rover?
Black Catcher. Black Rover's the 3rd one.
Okay, I just wanted to double check because I get those two switched around all the time.
Yeah.
Just because you keep using that same theme.
Yeah. I got one more honorable mention, then we'll be good to call it here.
Sure.
Okay.
Just both of the openings, or like all the openings for Assassin's the Classroom.
I haven't watched it.
I like that purely because, I like the opening because they do like a funny dance in it. And it's just, they're good songs, but what I love about it is it's the cast that sings them. So it's the voice, like the Japanese voice actors who sing it. So like, I think there's 3 or 4 of the main characters that are like the main people that sing it. That's cool to me. I like that a lot.
That is cool.
So, just kind of just honorable mention.
I remember that about those.
Yeah. So.
And then you can actually go back and listen to the one done by the professional artist.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
watching them there is also really cool.
Yeah. I just love the
That's
dance
cool.
they do.
Like Bye Bye Yesterday and those. So.
Yeah, the dance they do is so funny. So.
Nice.
But
Good stuff, though. I love the anime. I love
Anime
these
openings
topics.
are great.
You guys just got to get it together, like even once a month. Just get it out of your system.
No, we should just come here on Monday nights and just get it out of our system.
So our Uncalled for podcast is just gonna become an anime topic podcast, right?
No.
I'm feeling
That's what you're saying.
it.
That's what we're saying.
I'm feeling this.
I'm feeling it.
And why don't we take a vote on this, Jordan?
I'm really feeling it.
I'm really feeling it.
Please don't. I will, like I said multiple times, I will literally have this room open to you guys. I will sit on the couch, do editing, or I'll even sit there and just, mute the computer on stream, but like do some editing work or do something while you guys discuss. I don't care. Like, you guys are more than welcome to get together whenever you want and talk about anime here. And I know there's been a lot of people that have specifically asked for you guys to talk about anime on Twitter. I've been asked multiple times, and even like in my stream, like, hey, can you guys have a weekly anime show? And I'm like, that's not my call. That's on them. So
I have a 3-day in 2 weeks. How about you guys?
What was
In
that?
2 weeks' time, I have a 3-day.
My future's a little rocky right now. I don't know what,
I got
what's
you.
going
Yeah,
on.
I got
so.
you.
yeah, so
Understandable.
you guys can get together whenever you would like.
Well, I'm busy, so just whenever I would like, it's not really realistic.
Gotta make that time for your fun, Weston. Can't work all the time, sir.
I was working half today trying to get my students taken
I'm
care
gonna
of. So.
I'm gonna need this Final Fantasy 8 like Saturday or whatever
Heck
we
yes.
play. Like,
How about in 2 weeks?
I
It's
need it
gonna
now
happen,
more than
Weston,
ever
if you
right
can't do
now,
it
Weston.
anyway.
I gave you guys a weekend where I have a 3-day weekend in like early mid-October.
We can't
too
wait
far.
that
I can't
long,
wait that long.
Weston.
And if you do it in like 2 weekends, is that like the 18th? Because I work at the fair for the Iowa Lakes booth.
You have to
Alex
work
Booth
at the fair?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I will be there. So
You'll be there at the fair?
yes.
Yeah, it would be the 18th weekend, I think.
Yeah.
That's sad.
So
Right.
I have to be there in the afternoon.
But what about like all weekend you do?
No, just on Saturday.
Okay, well, how about we still do it, and you just start going for that part of the day.
Well, Logan can't do it the 18th.
What was that?
Oh, is that one?
That's when Sketch and Chewy are going to come up. We're going to go shooting and go axe throwing and just have a manly weekend day. Or
Final
manly
Fantasy.
Saturday.
Yeah.
By the way, this isn't the Iowa State Fair. This is the Clay County Fair.
Yeah, Clay
So-
County.
Yeah, I can't even imagine how sad the Iowa State Fair is.
It's actually. I
It's
think the
actually
Clay-
huge, dude.
I think
It's really
yeah,
big.
And the
so-
Clay County Fair is the biggest county fair in the world. Actually.
It is.
Yeah.
I thought it just got passed up this year.
I don't know. if
Or
it did
last
not,
year. Like,
but
I thought it got passed up, so it's like now
for the
technically
last how
second
many years
largest.
it has been the biggest
Yeah.
county
It's been
fair
the
in the
largest,
world.
yeah.
So
So-
it's actually a pretty decently
deal.
big thing.
No, not Clay County, South Dakota. Clay County, Iowa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The county where I'm from, I mean, it's hosted in the town that I live in. So
Mhm.
It's actually rather. Large
It's hosted
fair.
in the town that I was born in.
yeah, well, nobody cares.
You.
All right.
On that note, guys,
Yes,
we're going to call it. So, this has been episode 17 of Uncalled For. Thank you so much to all of you that are here watching on Twitch. And then a huge thank you to all of you guys that watch on YouTube, or I guess that's the only place we put it. I was going to say, or wherever else you get it, but there's only one other spot to get it. We really got to look into putting this on Spotify or something. I don't know. Just some other form.
Just the audio.
Yeah, just the audio form.
Could do it.
We got to
Yeah.
upload it somewhere else. I mean,
Yeah, but then they wouldn't be able to see the beautiful faces.
my face was
seems-
just me
yeah.
staring at the camera just with a dead
Of
face.
your own
Not
choice. Of
Not
your own
yours, Jordan.
choice.
That is
I was not
true.
referring to yours. I
Those
was
are-
referring to Logan's and Dan's.
Oh.
That's your own choice, sir.
Yes.
So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Been a blast as always. Make sure if you're watching on YouTube, you give this video a thumbs up. And make sure you hit that the subscribe button as well. English is something.
Words are hard.
I mean, a professional communicator, of which one I am good at. Those
A
people.
communicator, professional, debatable.
Anyways, guys, thanks for watching.
Anime talks coming
Take
sometime in
care.
the future.
Peace out, guys.
Bye bye.